Yes, thank you. Right. Right. Let's start. If you like. Nandi, unna මේකට එන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. Right. Okay, everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to all the dear Dhamma friends. So nice to see you once again. Before we start, I want to wish the same wish that I do every day before we start the session. May this session also bring you at least a little peace and little happiness to your inside, right? With those thoughts, we are going to start. So, all right. Yes, that's better. Because if not, later this one, yeah. So if the heat goes up, right? So on this day too, with the diligent mind, with the happy mind, we are here to practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation techniques. So all students, they are going to practice Vipassana meditation. New students and the students who joined recently, they are going to practice breathing meditation. So whatever the meditation practice you do, give your entire strength, give your entire focus, and work hard. This is something that you do for yourself, right? So I repeat this again and again because it should go to your system. This is not something that you do for the Buddha or for me or someone else. First, you are doing this for you. So only if you change, the world changes, the world around you changes, right? Because your perspective changes. When your perspective changes, the way that you look at the other people, it changes. It becomes very positive. Then, no conflicts. So therefore, please practice ardently for the benefit of you first, and the others will get the benefits later on, right? So with that thought, with that understanding, we are going to begin today's meditation session. So the new students, they will be asked to practice breathing meditation, the first step. So please pay your entire attention to your breath. When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware. These are the instructions for the new students or the students who joined recently, right? So please be fully aware about the breath which is coming in and which is going out. And when you are experiencing the breath which is coming in, don't think about the breath which is bound to come later on and go out. So just focus on this one, right? Give your entire focus. Give your entire focus and be aware, right? By this way, you are going to develop diligence inside the mind, calmness inside the mind, patience inside the mind. And there are so many qualities that you are going to develop inside, which will help you later to practice vipassana meditation, right? So when it is going out, please be fully aware. If it is long, if it is short, please be fully aware. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Don't try to change. Please be fully aware. Then let the balance of your mind to develop to equanimity, right? So the nature, so the thought pattern of I neither want it or don't want it. So the ability to embrace things as they actually are, not according the way that you wish, right? So so by that way you will develop the ability to live with the reality, this real world, without any imaginaries, right? So please develop that ability inside through breathing meditation. Vipassana meditators, they have gone a long way now. So so they are doing it the same thing in an advanced way, right? So Vipassana students, so they were asked to observe the sensations now on the middle part of your body, right? Your heart area, your stomach area, and your back area up to the buttocks, right? Part by part, pitch by pitch. Please keep on observing. We'll start. So first, observe this whole area. So from your neck area to the buttocks. Then after that, go back again to the top of your head and start observing the sensations part by part, pitch by pitch, right? And you will encounter various kinds of sensations. You will encounter heat, you will encounter coldness, you will encounter so hardness, softness, itching sensation, pulsing sensation. Then after that, so various kinds of burning sensation, pain, sweating, touch of the air, and various sensations. Whatever the sensation it is, so don't cling to it, thinking, oh, this is very comfortable, I need it more and more. And so don't hate it because it's uncomfortable, thinking, oh, I don't need this. You have to understand, they are not going to work as you want. So constantly, sensations are arising all around the body, on the top of your skin and inside your body too. When you develop your sensitivity, your concentration, you will see sensations arising inside your internal organs too. But don't worry about them right now. So if right now you are doing still, since you are still beginners, so just go with the skin, the outer feelings, right? If even if some of you so experience sensations in the inside organs, so don't go to observe them. Understand, so be aware, right? And accept the reality that right now I feel the sensations of my internal organs too. But your job is now to observe the sensations on the surface level of your body. So keep on going, right? And whatever the sensations that you are encountering, we have to remember thoroughly with understanding that these sensations have the same characteristic. What is the characteristic? They are impermanent, changing. So the sensation that you're experiencing right now, it's a brand new one. So it is, even though it is connected to the past one, this is not the past one. And then it won't remain for the next moment too, right? So just like the grandpa is not the father, father is not the son, right? They are interconnected, but they are not the same, right? So just like that, they are continuously arising and passing. So keep on observing them as they actually are and understand these are impermanent, changing, right? So try to come out of, try to let go of as much as negativities that you can. Let your anger, so let the level of your anger to go down, get reduced. So because of these understandings, let your jealousy, let your ill will, let your anger, irritating feeling, discriminating feelings, and various kinds of other feelings, negative thoughts, let their energy level, let their level to go down. The more you get rid of them, even let's say you could get rid of a little bit, then you become free from a bit of their worries, right? Their sufferings, right? So let's say, so you have a burden on your shoulder. Until this burden is there, you are bound to suffer. Let's take a small percentage of it out. Now you become free from that much of, burden. You still have burden, but the amount that you took out, you are free from that. You don't have to hold that part anymore. Right? So it will go like this. Even the greatest rock, we can break it by a small hammer. Right? If you constantly hit it, then there'll be a point where it will break, and finally you gain the ability to completely shatter it into pieces, right? So just like that, constantly practice, constantly attack the negativities that make you suffer throughout your life. So throughout your life, and keep on working hard, diligently, for you first and for the others next. Every day before we start, I teach you something very important. So since we don't have a lot of time, I'll go fast. Today I'm going to teach you about the way how to listen to the Dhamma, right? How to listen to the Dhamma, right? So once again, it's full house. So right, if you don't have enough space, Ms. Chant, you can come. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Then, so whenever you listen to the Dharma, Dharma means, so the teachings about, about the real truth, the truth which has no colored glasses. So the truth, so which you don't see with colored glasses. So the truths which are universal, right? So those truths have no any owner or label. It's not a Buddhist truth, Hindu truth, Christian truth, Muslim truth, atheist truth, or Jain truth, or agnostic truth, or any such kind of truth. So they are like they are, right? So this is called Dharma or Dhamma in Pali and other Prakrit languages. So when you listen to the Dhamma, so there are 4 ways that Buddha teaches us to listen. So number 1, with an alert mind, willingly, we have to listen with respect. That's number 1, listening well. Number 2, second step is you have to memorize. Not only you listen, you should not let them to come from this ear and let go of this ear. You have to listen well instead of going, so letting them to enter from this ear and letting them go out from the other ear. You have to let it go all the way up, and you have to let it go up here, right, to your brain. Then that's number 2, and you have to memorize. You can't memorize all the words because you are not Bhantyananda. So Bhantyananda could remember everything, right? So from the beginning to the end. So all the 21,000 suttas came from his mind, right? So he memorized everything. So you had to summarize and memorize, right? That's number 2. Number 3, not only you memorize, so you should not fight with the other people saying, no, so but you said this not true. But I heard from Bhante that's the true thing. So thinking like that, you should not fight with the other people. Instead, you have to think about it deeply. You have to analyze, right? To analyze deeply, and you have to get a good clarification. That's number 3. Listen well, memorization, then analyzing. Number 4, practice, application. We have to apply it into your life. Then even though you did all the other 3, they are good, they do a benefit, but the best benefit comes from the application. Buddha, so the term is Sunatha, Dharet, Charat, Dhamme. In those days language, Pali. Okay. Then when you listen to the Dharma, so you get anybody, any human being will get, any being will get 5 benefits. So write them down very fast, okay? So don't take a lot of time. Number 1 is you hear something what you haven't heard. That's number 1. You hear something what you haven't heard. Buddha's word is Asutang Sunati. Right? So all of you know Shravak. So Sunati. So you hear something which you have never heard when you listen to Dharma. And then Sutam Pariyodpeti, that second one, that means whatever you have already heard, it becomes clearer. It becomes clearer, right? So therefore, whenever you listen to a topic that you already heard, you should not think, oh, I know about this. Then you will miss, then because of that pride, you will miss sometimes certain things that you have not yet heard. Or a good clarification that you couldn't get clarified. So whatever the things that you already heard, it becomes clarified. Then number 3 is kankang vitarati. That means if you have doubts about things, so they become completely resolved. So you gain the ability to dispel the doubts, solve the doubts, right? Resolve the doubts. So that's number 3. Number 4, Ditting ujung karoti. In Pali, what it means is, so everybody all of you have your own life philosophy. You have a philosophy, right? Mr. Kevin has Mr. Kevin's philosophy, and Ms. Reena has his own philosophy. Mr. Ram has his own philosophy, and Ms. Sandareka has her own philosophy. I can't tell everyone's names. All of you have all of your own philosophy, right, Pratyush? All of us have our own philosophies, right, Nama? So then that philosophy, it becomes clarified, Aishwarya, right? So it becomes clear. You gain the ability to form a good life philosophy for you. Final one. Following that life philosophy, chitta massa pasidati. You gain the ability to achieve a pleasant mind. That person's mind becomes pleasant, purified. So these are the 5 benefits that if you listen to Dhamma well, if you memorize it, and after the clarification, analyzation, if you apply it into your life, that you will get, right? So please practice. Listen Dhamma, gain the Dhamma knowledge, instead of so fighting with the other people saying, oh, my thing is the biggest one and your religion, no, your opinion is not very bad. Instead of fighting like that, so apply it into your life. That is the purpose of all the Dharma teachers. All the Dharma teachers, right? So, right. So a Jain story comes to my mind, but this is not the time to share. So then please apply the Dhamma. Not only you listen, not only you keep in mind, please apply it into your life. Now we are going to start today's meditation practice. So everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Close your eyes. Let your whole body to calm down. First, I will pay our respect and gratitude towards the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha in brief. After that, we are going to start today's silent meditation. Calm down. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangdittiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko maccatang veditabbo vinyuhite. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiki panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa puggalam Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyakitang Lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Vipassana meditators, please practice breathing meditation for 5 minutes before you start your Vipassana meditation. And new students, they are kindly requested again to practice breathing meditation. And after the 5 minutes of breathing meditation, Vipassana meditators are asked to practice Vipassana meditation. Whatever the meditation technique that you practice, may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. May your meditation be, you are bound to be very successful. Please start. Please start. Now, if your legs are paining, you can change your posture, but please keep your eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Loving kindness meditation in brief. Calm down. First, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves, with you. Please think like this. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Thus, now let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people, the people in the middle, at the center. These people are not your friends. These people are not your enemies too. So thinking about these neutral people, please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral people. May all the neutral people be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies. First, please forgive for the mistakes that you did to hurt them. And then let's ask forgiveness. Let's forgive them for their mistakes that they did to forgive you. Now, let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards our enemies. May my enemies be well. May my enemies be happy. May my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the enemies. All the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the universe. Not only human beings, animals, reptiles, birds, fish. We think of all the invisible beings too. All the visible beings, all the invisible beings. Let them be beautiful, let them be ugly, let them be powerful, let them be weak, or let them be let them be advanced in any sort of section, and let them be not advanced in any sort of section. Regardless of any discrimination, let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the world. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings. Bhavattu sabbe mangalam rakantu sabbe devatam samme buddhanubhavi samme dhammanubhavi samme sanghanubhavi sada sutti bhavang tutte. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Take a deep breath and let it go. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so hope all of you had a very good meditation session. And at the same time, I sincerely hope that you could diligently practice and do the same at your home too. Don't forget your day-to-day practice. We don't know how long we will stay in this human world. Anything can happen tomorrow. Life is so unpredictable, right? There are so many reasons for us to lose this in the outside world. More than billion times more than that, you have reasons inside. So for you to lose life. So do you know inside the human body there are millions of cancer cells. So they are there, but say because of our karmic energy, we survive. They don't because of our health practices, we survive. But whenever they get the chance, we don't know when they would come outside and attack us. So life is very uncertain. This meditation technique, so you should think about it as a gem, so cobra gem, that a cobra got. Do you know cobra gem? Have you heard of cobra gems? So if you have heard cobra gems, please hands up. Nobody? So okay, let me use the word in South Asia. So Nagamanikya. Nagamanikya. So in Tamil we say Nagamanikyam, right? So we believe that a cobra has such kind of a, we don't know exactly, there are videos on the internet, but I can't assure them. Okay, there are so many fake videos. So then, since ancient times, they believe that the cobra has a gem inside its mouth, but it doesn't keep it outside because it is the most precious thing that it does have, right? So it always keeps it inside, right? So whenever it's very tired, so during the night time, so it says that it keeps outside, it keeps the that gem outside, and then when it keeps that gem outside, it says that the whole area gets lightened, so lighted. So just like a cobra takes care of that Nagamanik cobra gem, so please preserve your daily meditation practice too. Every morning sit, every evening sit, because this is the only so real property that you would have. All the other material things, fame, money and people, finally you have to leave them behind. But they were the great qualities that you develop and the understandings that you develop. So they'll help you to have a good life here, even though you lose all those other things. And then at the same time, these are things that you will take with you, right? So understanding that, so make this your cobra gem and preserve it. Every more, how you preserve it? So there is nothing material about that. How you preserve it? By practicing in the morning, by practicing at night, continuously. Okay? Right. Today, we are going to talk about a very important topic. And I'm teaching you today, today's teaching will be some teachings about economy. So your family economy. So these are very important facts. Not only you learn, you note down, you have to apply these things into your life, right? So today we are talking about the fifth step of the Eight Noble Path. I hope all of you remember the first five, right? For sure, everybody know, all of you know what the first one is. So let's go, Mr. Nedu. Right understanding, and then Aishwarya, number 2. You don't remember? Okay. Mr. Bhanu?
Right concept.
Right concept. Right understanding leads right concept. Then Namal? Right speech. Right concept influences your speech, and you develop right speech. Then Nandi, can you remember the fourth one?
Right action.
Very nice. So then the fourth one is right actions, right? Kamma, kamma. Then today we are going to learn about the fifth one. Samma ajiva. Ajiva means, Mr. Kevin, livelihood. The pattern of living, right? The pattern of living. Your name is Mrs. Fong, right? Yeah, okay. I thought that I forgot your name because we met how many weeks ago? Last week, right? Okay. Yeah. Then, right. So we already learned right understanding and how it leads right concept, how it influences right speech and new actions, how it turns into your actions. So how it turns your actions into right actions. Now, right livelihood. How right concept affects your livelihood and how to practice right livelihood. When the Vipassana meditator practices well, goes deeper in understanding, this automatically arises in that meditator. If we haven't, if it hasn't arisen inside us, then we have to develop the understanding. So the understanding of hearsay, and then we have to practically apply it into our life until so we gain the deep influence from our deep understanding, and then until we fully established in this practice. So right livelihood, samma ajiva. So in this world, to live, we need money. So it's not applicable to bhaktis and nuns, but for lay people, they need money. If not, nobody let you go. So even when you have to go on the bus, they ask you money, right? So if you if you get in, and whenever the time it's right to give money, if you run away, that's a separate thing. So that's what we are hearing all the time. So then then so somehow, for a person who live life legally, for that person to live well, that person needs money. To give that $2 to the bus, you need money. But so, but Buddha always emphasizes to accumulate money, doing the right kinds of occupations without harming the others. So this happens. So this gets shaped during. So when we develop the right concept inside. So so Buddha says. So Buddha defines right livelihood, saying Miccha Ajivang Pahaya. So those days language Pali. Miccha Ajivang Pahaya Samma Ajivena Jivikang Kappeti. So in Ardhamagadi Kappe, in Pali Kappeti, right? So what it means is so avoiding the wrong kind of living practices. If someone follows the right kind of living practices, so that's what right living means. Then Buddha says, such kind of person who wants to live a life which is harmless but a prosperous, good life, comfortable life, that person has to avoid five kinds of economical practices. Number one, so such kind of a nice person should avoid selling destructive weapons, guns, then bombs, and then it has gone up all the way up to atomic bombs, but somehow, so all these kinds of destructive weapons. So we are not allowed to sell because you are earning money through so on the surface of the blood of so many people. So that's not the right way of earning money. You can't say, "Oh, I'm not connected to this. I'm just a seller. It's up to them whether to put them throw that bomb or not to throw that bomb." No, you can't say that because you initiated. So destructive weapons, right? It doesn't mean you can't sell weapons like utensils like knives and such kind of things. So your opinion matters over there. So because the gun can only be used for one purpose, right? But the knife can be used for two purposes. It's up to the person who buys the knife, right? So if you sell it to cut vegetables, that's fine. But if you sell it for another purpose, that's wrong, right? So for a wise and nice person, Buddha asked not to sell destructive weapons. So then later on, if not later on, what will happen is you have to suffer, thinking suffer because of the guilty feeling. Oh, I lived my life comfortably, giving pain for so many people. Then you suffer a lot. Not only that, that bad karma also comes after you in this life and in the next life, and you suffer. I think I don't need to explain you about Sarah Winchester's story. Do you know about that? Right. So she had a so uh, so they sold guns. I thought all of you know because you live in Santa Clara. So so Winchester so industry had so many kinds of so I mean so sales. One way was to sell guns, right? So because of that, so many people also died. So this bothered Mrs. Sarah Winchester. So she believed that so those ghosts who died because of their guns, they are bound to come to her. Then she went to one medium, and that medium said, "Oh, they are coming after you. To avoid them, build as much as rooms inside your mansion." So through until the last breath of her life, she kept on building rooms. If you want to really check, go to the Manchester house and see. But now it's expensive. Earlier it's just $15. Now you should go to pay $40, right? Then, but somehow if you really want, you can go and you can see so many structures, so many items which which were related to the early centuries in United States. So it's a very good place to see. So somehow this is how it would happen. So the guilty feeling comes after you, and then it won't. It will give you a lot of trouble, right? Then slavery, selling people for slavery. Certain people sell people for prostitution. Or sometimes they abduct people and sell to to work forcibly without giving any wage, right? So such kind of human slavery. That's number two. So that is the second kind of wrong profession. So we Buddha asks us not to do such kind of things. Number three, animals. Selling animals for flesh, right? So if you sell animal for flesh, that's wrong. So not for milk, for flesh. So if you sell animals, trade animals for flesh, that's a wrong profession. So Buddha asks us not to do such kind of things because so you earn money giving suffering and pain to hundreds of beings. All beings like to live. Nobody likes to be uncomfortable. All beings like to be comfortable. But it doesn't go with the debate of vegetarianism and non-vegetarianism. But I'm not going to talk about it because we don't have a lot of time. Then, so then number four, selling intoxicants. That is the fourth wrong profession. Fourth wrong way of earning money. Right? Buddha asks us not to do that because of that too, so many people suffer. Not only the person who drinks it, all the people in that family, in that surrounding, they are bound to suffer. So, not to sell intoxicants. That's number four. Number five is Buddha asks us not to sell poison. Not to sell poison that can disrupt many lives. So that's number five. Then instead, Buddha asks us so to engage in professions that can benefit oneself and the others too. Buddha gives examples, so like agriculture, right? Agriculture. Buddha asks us to practice agriculture. That is a good profession. And then, uh, so then, so managing farms. So farm means not the animal farms, okay? Farms means here, so various kinds of farming, right? Then number 3, service for the government. So governmental service, right? So service for the government. So so then after that, so then business, trading, fair trading. Okay. So trading means then Buddha gives another good description. When certain people went to the Buddha and asked about various kinds of tradings, then Buddha occasionally gave description to certain people. So in brief, if I say, so so those days they had this balance. Even today we use it, but it in a different way. So those days, so the balancer. So it was like, I think you might have seen that in films. So it had these two sides. One side was the side where you put the weight uh, weight bar, yeah, the weight bar, and the other side is the empty one where you put various kinds of items, and then so then you sell uh, sell so things like that. But Tulakuta means, according to Buddha, Tulakuta means certain people, so they put that weight bar, but they know how to trick. They know how to trick the customer. So they don't give the exact amount that they promised to give. Instead, they give a lesser amount, right? Sometimes if you go and check, so the other side of the balancer, you can find a small coin or something like that underneath some kind of magnet, so that it can reduce some sort of the weight, and so that he can gain profit. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's a wrong practice of business. No, not like that. And there are so many other things, but this is not the time to talk. Buddha talks about Tula Kuta, Mansa Kuta, so Mana Kuta, and like that. So then avoiding such kind of practices. So cheating. So Buddha emphasized to practice fair trade, fair business. You benefit, the customer get benefited too, right? Fair trade. And by practicing the right livelihood, the Buddha emphasized, so Buddha taught to us to develop 4 kinds of happinesses in life, 4 kinds of contentments in life. Okay, please write them down. You must develop these 4 in life. Number 1, so Atti Sukha. Atti Sukha means, so you have to have this contentment as a layperson. Oh, I have enough money, so enough property, so enough things which are enough, which are adequate for me to live comfortably, right? For me to live comfortably. Not only you, so but also for the other. No, first for you. Yeah, Attisukha. I have enough. That's number 1. First contentment. Then number 2, Bhogasukha. oh, I have enough food and other things which can be used, right? Not only by me, by all my family members, right? I have the responsibility towards all of them. For all of us, we have enough um, enough stuff, monetary, so material, everything, enough stuff for to live comfortably. You may not have enough money like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, or something like that. Enough money. So even though if they have billions of money, but if they think, oh, so if they keep on worrying about not having enough money, then they are poorer than you. So you have to understand that. If you are contented, if you have these happinesses, you are richer than them. Okay. Then Bhoga Sukha. Number 3, Anana Sukha. Anana Sukha means you have to have the contentment that I don't have debt towards anyone. I'm debtless. Or nowadays, unfortunately, we can't have such kind of debts because you have to pay everything with the credit card. So there is debt. So make sure that your debt is at a range where you can easily manage, right? So somehow, so the contentment about debtlessness, right? Ananasukha. You have to have, as a layperson, you have to have this. And then number 4, anavajja sukha. Anavajja sukha means, so you have to have the contentment that you acquired everything without doing anything wrong towards anybody. So you have to have the pride. I earn all these things without harming anyone. No one can tell a word against me. Anavajja sukha. Vajja means in so in both Sanskrit and Prakrit languages, Vajja means so wrong, right? Anavajja means nothing wrong, no wrong. I have not done any wrong towards anybody to accumulate this wealth. And at the same time, Buddha teaches us to safeguard our wealth, the wealth that you accumulated, by 6 kinds of mouths that can swallow our wealth. Right? That means 6 kinds of ways that can destroy the wealth that you already gained. Right? Please write them down, but please be quick. Number 1, drug addiction. If you're addicted to drugs, so the money that you gain, it will go like water. You won't, very soon you'll be on the street, right? So drug addiction, number 1. Number 2, so wandering outside, so on the roads, during the wrong times. So whenever there are robbers or so such kind of people, so you should not wander outside, right? Then they can, so the wealth that you have, so the house becomes unsafe, and then at the same time, so you have to face some kind of trouble outside too, right? So therefore, especially during night time, you have to be at home to save your house from robbers and such kind of people, right? So you should not go to wander outside, so during the wrong times, right? So then the jogging should be done in the morning or evening. So, all right. Then, just kidding. Constant partying. Constant partying. So you have party today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, another party. So you party for everything. So that's another wrong practice. Money will go like the flood, and you will be on the street very soon. So constant partying. Number 4, gambling. So you can see when you travel around, so there are huge boards. This casino, that casino, nice place, beautiful lights. But if you go, you will empty your whole pocket and will be on the street very soon. So constant, gambling. Number 5, another very dangerous thing. Association of bad friends. Association of bad friends. So then they also can drag you to various kinds of bad things, and finally you will be on the street very soon. And then, then 6th one is laziness. So there is also another aspect, another one that can reduce and destroy your accumulated wealth. So you need to be diligent. So you have to take care of your wealth from these kinds of 6 mouths that can swallow money, right? So these teachings are not for philosophical entertainment. You have to practice these, right? You have to be aware. And then, whenever you get money, Buddha teaches us to deal with that money in 4 ways, right? So please write this down, and don't write this down. You have to practice this. Whatever the money that you get, so one portion of that money, so you have to use it for your needs, right? So one portion out of 4, you have divided it into 4 portions, and one portion is for your own spendings. 2 portions are to invest. Invest means, nowadays, investing means investing on your car, investing on your house. So there are so many investments, including the share market. So you can invest, right? So investing. So that's for investing. So how many portions? 2 of them. And there is another portion. What to do with that? Buddha says, whatever it happens, you must save that one portion. That's right. So if you want to spend $100, for an example, throughout the month, you must earn $400. If you want to spend $20,000 for a month, then you must earn $80,000. That is the theory, right? If not according to your earning, you have to manage, right? You have to manage. Then if you practice this way, then whatever it happens, you gain the ability to manage your economy. And then, so if you practice bad economical practices, there are several difficulties that you have to face. Since we don't have time, I will go fast. Number 1, you will decline in health. Because of your bad economical practices, you have to think too much, have to take pressure too much. So soon, you will decline in health. Then you will say, I have depression, insomnia, I can't sleep at night, Bante. So like that, you will complain, right? So those things happen. So when you practice wrong economical practices. Number 2, insensitivity to each other. So to other fellow humans, your sensitivity goes down. Your EQ goes down. Emotional intelligence, right? So that happens when you practice bad economical practices. And power struggle. It also leads to power struggle too, right? It can be inside the company or outside with the others, right? Then number 4, extreme greed. So it will lead to extreme greed too. Even though how much you get, you don't feel happy. You don't feel contented, right? So contentment also is a very important thing in a business, right? Then next one, unhealthy competition. So it will lead to unhealthy competition too, bad economical practices. And final one, disaster for the society. As a society, as a community, they have to face various kinds of difficulties because of these bad economical practices. And therefore, Buddha asked us to not to practice bad economical practices and to safeguard whatever the money that you gain, and then gradually to multiply it, manage it and multiply it accordingly. And you have to understand, you need money to live. You don't live to collect money, right? So you have to have this inside your mind all the time, right? With that, we are going to finish.
So before livelihood, we didn't mention about healthcare. Doesn't come in
Healthcare.
doctors.
Oh, so it got so mental and physical well-being. I think I taught, right? Decline in health.
Good livelihood.
Yes.
Agriculture, farms, business, government services, and then healthcare.
So so business. So healthcare also goes under the business, right? So business means there are we. So I will teach you about the businesses which comes under that. So nursing, providing medication, and there are several things which comes under business. So healthcare also goes under that. So pretty nice. That's a very good mentioning. Then please practice, avoid wrong kinds of livelihood and determine to practice right kind of livelihood. Sorry for taking extra 10 minutes, but it's for you. Okay. Now we are going to finish. Everyone, please think. Together, all of us gathered here. And I always appreciate your diligence attendance. Very nice. And so we practice this non-sectarian meditation technique, listen to Dhamma, and learn a lot of things. By the power of all the positive energy that we accumulated, please think, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to live our life comfortably, peacefully, happily. Practicing this noble Dhamma practice continuously, eradicating all the negativities, developing all the positivities. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nityang vada pachaino Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvangno sukang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti imitati samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone. May all of you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. See you in the next week with smiles. Until then, take rest and may all the good happen to you. Take care. Bye. Good night. Good night, Mr. Howard.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you so much.
Good night. Good night, Asmita. Yeah, good
Good
night,
night,
Ms. Rita.
Bhante. Thank you so much.
Good night, Mrs. Rita. Good night. Good night. So good night, Neha Didi.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you so much.
Me all the good.